Apart from this missing 3-inch channel that belongs on the left arm, these are all the components required to make up the two arms of the robot that I'm building. This is 2 years of research and development, yet to be refined further. These needle thrust bearings that you see here are thinner versions of what I'm actually using. I'm using ball bearings, but I might be able to drop it down to thrust bearings to make it even lighter. Years of research and development. 2 robot arms, no fingers. Instructed. Lycra top. It's actually a full body suit, but it doesn't look quite as good when this goes over the face. Looks like she's gonna go fencing or something. I don't like the head covered like that. Right. Right, Eve. Now the other trouble I'm gonna have is putting this camera inside her face without creating some sort of black dot. Where would you put it? In such a shiny, perfect skull. It has to be on her face because she needs to move her face to coordinate with where people are. Also, this part is going to be completely redesigned, probably tonight if I get too busy. 0 hour. I'm writing a song for my great uncle, sorry. So those 2 arms are already printed. This is one with fingers that I bought from the internet, but it has no capacity for robotics. These are actually injection molded, so that is ideally how I get the finish when I build my own arms. Inspired a little bit by this mannequin over here as well. It's timber. I don't even know how they polish the timber up to be that good. I had designed the arms differently, but then I was reminded by the concave shape of this, and I tried my best to work that into it. So now you can see I've done the same here now. And it really helped me having a 4K LG television set and a couple of Ultimaker 2s. 2 pluses that really helped. I mean, it would have been impossible. And sourcing the screws, I had to design the parts around the screws that were available. They're all 3mm screws now, except for in the case of these HS5685 MH Hitec little motors for the wrist, which are narrower, so I can fit them into the wrist. And these little screws here, I think they're M2.5s instead of M3. Everything else is M3. That's M3 25mm long, and that's M3 8mm long. And so these motors here, which are narrower, and these motors here, which are 7950 TH motors, they both use M2.5 screws in the shaft, but all the Hitec 9380TH motors are using M3 screws. There's no real reason to pay the extra money for the red 9380TH motors, except for the fact that I'd already chopped off the mounting plates so they can fit inside the tilt pan systems. They burn out just as much as these ones. These catch fire just as easily as these do. And I've even lost a couple of these ones, which are geared at a rate of, I think it's 3-to-1. So that gear is 3 times more teeth than this one, I think. And that seems to be working quite well. And they all fit in perfectly. So now it's time to just buy some more parts. And at the moment I'm just using this stand, which is for an umbrella. I want to give her legs. And I want her to be adaptable to different mannequin torsos and so on. Ideally I would have a torso that is separated at the top from the bottom so she can wiggle her hips around and so on. And that's a long time ago, that Power HD racket. So with these 2 little figurines here, which give you an indication of how the body should be made up. You get flexibility for movement and so on. And I do have a Barbie doll in the other room that's indicative of how the hips should be constructed as well. Because if she was cut off just there, like this one is, it's kind of useless. Even if I try to brace this one over the legs that are in there, it's still going to be wonky. This one here has the right idea. They've gone down so that at least the ass is included. So at least that's actually something you could sell for a department store, that shape. But look how unstable it is. All mannequins that are available today are unstable. This is 25 kilograms, that's not moving. Even with the robot activated, and I'm not going to give you any show about it, so right now I'll give you that in a future video. Pleased to see I've organised myself well enough to see exactly all the parts that I will need for the 2 arms. It's 2 years work and thousands of dollars.